I had that with P. Diddy. I went over to say hello to P. Diddy, and Jay-Z was there, and Leonardo DiCaprio was sat at the far side.
I think you've dropped enough names.
I had that with P. Diddy. I went over to say hello to P. Diddy and Jay-Z was there and Leonardo DiCaprio sat. Oh, I think you've dropped enough name. Diddy might be in jail, but he's still calling the shots outside, and word on the street is he's responsible for Liam Payne's death. Yeah, y'all heard that right. Liam's autopsy results were just released to the public. And it turns out it wasn't a suicide like most people initially thought. His toxicology report revealed that he had the specific kind of substance in his body that Diddy was caught filling up his victims with just before he SA them or took their lives. Despite Liam putting up this clean image of himself when he was alive, new revelations seem to suggest that he may have been at them freak-off parties and that he's the first of many people that Diddy and his entourage plan to take out before the trial starts so that they can't come out to testify against him in court. To make matters even worse, TMZ also has had the bright idea of leaking photos of Liam's dead body, and people immediately realized that the room that he fell from looked extremely scattered, seemingly hinting at him possibly struggling with somebody before getting pushed off the balcony onto the concrete floor. Child, let's get right into it because there's a lot to get into here. As most of y'all already know, the former band member of One Direction Liam Payne sent the internet into a shock after he was reported dead from mysteriously fallen from the third floor of a hotel balcony in Argentina. The police said they discovered Liam's body after an emergency crew responded to a call. Upon initial investigation, the police suggested that Liam died from external and internal bleeding injuries. They also found the area where Liam fell, and it had items including alcohol, a phone, and medication. According to police in Buenos Aires, officers at the scene were initially responding to reports of an aggressive man who may have been under the effects of an alcohol. When they arrived at the hotel, officials were told a loud sound had been heard from an interior courtyard. Soon after they discovered the body there, a police investigation was then launched. Emergency Medical Services Director Alberto Senti told local media that Pay had suffered serious injuries and that an autopsy will be carried out. They also found a bottle of whiskey, a lighter, and a mobile phone, and according to the feds, everything indicated that Liam was alone when that fall happened. At least that's what it was made to look like. The hotel staff also found his room in total disorder, including various items broken, which included several packets of medication including clonazepam as well as over-the-counter medications. At the time there were a lot of questions and people began to point the finger at Liam's girlfriend for leaving him in Argentina and flying back to Miami without him. However, the police just released his toxicology report and we finally have details as to how he died and some of the substances that was found in his body. According to reports made by ABC News in TMZ, a cocktail of called Pink containing ketamine and MDMA have been found during a partial autopsy along with an benzodiazepine. Both outlets cited anonymous sources familiar with preliminary tests. Associated Press reported from an anonymous official who said the preliminary toxicology report suggested evidence of exposure to, but this is where things started to get a little shady because apparently Liam didn't bring these along with him to the hotel. Someone had specifically found him, sold it to him for a cheap price, and up until now we still don't know who this mysterious person is. According to reports, investigators are trying to figure out who's so paying that he took at Casa Sur Hotel in Palmo. Police have taken statement from at least 3 hotel employees as well as 2 women who visited Liam's room a few hours before his death. Now, when all these inconsistencies in Liam's death was revealed, a lot of people immediately started side-eyeing Diddy in his entourage, especially because of that pink that was found in Liam's toxicology report. The pink has been brought up a lot since Diddy was incriminated, and apparently it's some sort of cocktail of substances that Diddy used to spike other people's drinks at his freak-offs so that they could last hours and hours at these freak-off activities without getting tired. It was first brought up in an essay lawsuit filed by music producer Lil Rod, in which he accused Young Miami of supplying Diddy with the pink all upon his request and sometimes even flying it into whatever city Diddy was going to be having his freak-offs in. He usually obtained the drugs from Brendan Paul, Diddy's accused Moo, who was recently arrested, but when he forgot to bring he went with Brownlee or Young Miami. Now some of y'all might be wondering what is so special about this substance, and why is it called pink instead of just being like the Regular white powder we all hear about all the time. That's because this pink ain't just no regular. According to reports, pink or TCB, also known as toy, is a combination of ecstasy and is supposed to help people enjoy the benefits of all the different without having to take them separately. L claims he personally witnessed Diddy do a few lines of in his dressing room, and whenever he wanted to see but Brendan forgot it, he called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. Jaguar Wright also stepped into the chat not too long ago and gave us a full breakdown of this pink, and it turns out the particular one that Diddy uses is actually specifically crafted for him, and this is a similar type that was found in Liam's toxicology report. According to Jaguar, the pink has a street name called Susie, and it's a mixture of different very strong substances including ketamine, Viagra, and any other you can think of. And y'all, ketamine is actually a horse tranquilizer, and it's supposed to help you relax while the helps you stay up all night without feeling tired. But here's the thing, even though helps you stay up, it makes it very difficult for people to immediately get aroused. That's why they put the Viagra in. It helps whoever takes it to get hard even if they're not in the mood. So instead of the people at Diddy's freak-off party taking all these different things separately, they now combined it into this one called pink. And I guess that's what Young Miami was in charge of supplying to Diddy every time he held these parties. Without the pink, the party can't go on. People, when they hear a pink, Young Miami has to bring across that's wait the toy, yeah, the tussie, that's what they call. I found out, I talked to my guy cause I wanted to be informed cause people was calling it Dunny. I didn't know which one it was, so I talked to my guy and MYY filled me in, and then it made perfect sense. Toy. Talk to him with Jaguar. Let's talk education 10. 1. So TC is the, but they take the K and cook it up and they fold it into the Coke. Now if you don't know what cat is what they call on the street special cat. It's a veterinary, it's a horse tranquilizer. Now gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there was certain you will always find on hand Viagra special K. Now see, keep you up all night, but unfortunately it gives you limp noodle because it with the blood flow, so you who wants with a half hard all night. So that's why you have the Viagra, to make sure that the involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing your self with the now see the Kamen. That's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You can get by 80 tong gorillas, you wouldn't feel a thing. So now your is going to stay hard, you numbed up and you high, you got the Kamen in you so you don't feel and then you add the ecstasy to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out. And now you got a party freak-off cocktail, yeah. So now the 2SE, they done skip, they done ski all the steps, they condensed it so you got in there, and then you got the ketamine in there, and they say that some of the dealers add the ecstasy in there. Now the Viagra, you still got to take that solo, but with the toy you got all of that, the gay cocktail off cocktail in the one thing. And the reason why it's pink is because they put the food coloring in it. They think, he said he got it from the Breaking Bad. You remember how they was making, and they made it a special color, so they done that with the tussie. Wow, it's the food coloring. You think that as if you need more. When did high not get high enough? Like, I'm trying to understand, yeah, to the point where you have to fly it across. Like, I need that here tonight, can you get that here? Like, I need that here. You got 3 powerful and food coloring. Okay, you are numb, you are where you pop that Viagra, you machine, you anything. The brick wall wouldn't even feel. Now it's unclear if Liam was taking this pink to a private party in his room. The police did say 2 unidentified women were seen by the staff leaving his room just before he died, and they're still working on finding them. People believe that these women were probably contracted to pose as experts. It's unclear how true any of this is, and as of now it's all alleged information. But folks are beginning to suspect that Diddy had a hand in Liam's death. The allegations got even worse when an old interview that Liam did a while back went viral. In the interview he was recalling some of the things and people that he saw at a Diddy party before, but before he could finish the interviewer cut him off. I had thought we P. Diddy, I went over to say hello to P. Diddy and Jay-Z was there, and Leonardo DiCaprio was so. I think you've dropped enough name. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said I think they got rid of him to scare the rest. Another person said I think Liam got blackmail.